Hello, welcome friends. My name is Avinash and I welcome all of you to another interesting episode of Corporate Face-to-Face series. Friends, in these episodes, we make it a point to talk to emerging companies from emerging sectors, and we make it a point to talk to the promoters and the top managements of such companies so that all of us can understand their company's business in a much better way. In this process, we get a lot of valuable information as regards the business model, the growth journey of the company, and this is very useful for all our investors. And today, friends, we are going to talk about a company which is going to hit the capital market very soon. The company's name is Blue Water Logistics Limited, and I have the privilege and pleasure of having the promoter as well as the MD of the company. We have Mr. Lakshmi Narayan Mishra, who is the promoter, chairman, and whole-time director. Lakshmi ji, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आज समय
Thank you,
देने के
sir.
लिए. We also have Mr. Lalit Panda, who is the managing director of the company. Lalit ji, thank you for your time also. सर विदाउट वेस्टिंग टाइम लेट अस बिगिन. मुझे काफी
Okay.
अच्छा लग रहा है सर कि आज के इंटरव्यू में मुझे लग रहा है कि आपके साइड से हमको बहुत अच्छी जानकारी मिलेगी जो हमारे सारे इन्वेस्टर्स को बहुत अच्छा इंफॉर्मेशन मिलेगा.
Of course, sir. Sure, sir.
सो लक्ष्मी जी, पहला सवाल जो बहुत बेसिक है, मुझे आपके कंपनी के बारे में बताइए सर. बेसिकली हमारा बिजनेस मॉडल क्या है, हम किस सेगमेंट में काम करते हैं, और सर हमारी मार्केट में क्या पोजीशनिंग है. और एक छोटा सवाल सर इसको मैं ऐड करूंगा कि सर ये बिजनेस जर्नी आपने कैसे शुरू की. वाज इट अ फर्स्ट जनरेशन काइंड ऑफ बिजनेस जर्नी विच यू स्टार्टेड, और वाज इट योर फादर स्टार्टेड एंड देन यू टुक ओवर. सर थोड़ा सा बिजनेस जर्नी के बारे में भी हमको बताइए सो दैट वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड यू एज अ प्रमोटर इन अ लिटिल मोर डेप्थ. सो प्लीज कंटिन्यू.
ओके सर, फर्स्ट जो क्वेश्चन आपने पूछे है कि व्हाट इज द बिजनेस मॉड्यूल. सो मैं आपको ये बोलना चाहता हूँ कि सर हम लोग जो एंड टू एंड लॉजिस्टिक्स सॉल्यूशन एंड सप्लाई चेन सॉल्यूशन आल्सो वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग सर. In the solution, logistic solutions mean that we are providing a service to the exporter or importer from their warehouse to end delivery at consignee's warehouse. So all the middle, we have our own trucks, we have our own CHA license, we have a freight forwarding contract with the airlines and shipping line. So we move the cargo from warehouse into own trucks, own container container agreement with the container line, that container. Then we'll do the custom clearance, move it to port in our trucks, then load it into ship, complete all the bill of lading और documentation formalities, and take it to destination end. Destination में भी वहाँ clearance कराते हैं और हमारा पार्टनर्स का व्हीकल पे ट्रक्स में उसको कंसाइनी का वेयर हाउस में मूवमेंट कराते हैं. ये है हमारा. इन दिस प्रोसेस every infrastructure, almost required infrastructure for a shipping business belong to us. We have taken all the certification and everything.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, sir, it is a first generation business. Me and Lalit has started doing after long experience in the shipping industry. So I started my career in a shipping 1996 after completion of my postgraduate from Orissa.
Okay.
Then I joined a marine survey company. Then I started my jump into a national shipping company of Saudi Arabia. Then I done the containers transaction, how to do container operation, business and all. Then again I done the Emirates shipping, one of the biggest shipping line in Gulf sector, that company. Then I work in the different GAC shipping, it's a Netherlands-based multimodal transport operator who's having every services worldwide.
Okay.
That company. Then before that, before joining in the Blue Water Logistics, so I was working in a Marine Trans India Limited, one company there. In that company, I working as the executive director South India.
Okay.
That purely Lalit and me, we had done the hard work to establish this business.
Okay. Okay. तो आई थिंक वेरी नाइस टू हियर लक्ष्मी जी. सर दूसरा सवाल जो मेरी तरफ से है वो ये है कि सर हमारा प्राइवेट और गवर्नमेंट कस्टमर मिक्स क्या है. लाइक डू वी डू बिजनेस फॉर बोथ प्राइवेट एंड गवर्नमेंट, एंड आर ऑपरेशंस पैन इंडिया, और टिपिकली कोई ज्योग्राफिकल रीजन है जहाँ पे हम ज्यादातर डोमिनेंट है. तो सर इसके बारे में बताइए.
Sir, I would like to answer the question. Actually, our 100% business is private business only. We don't have any government business. Neither we take part in any government queries or anything. But yes, we plan to do it in future. And we have significant presence in Telangana, in Navaseva, in Delhi, and Chennai, and Visakhapatnam. But
Okay.
after this IPO, we are planning to expand our reach. We are planning to start 6 new offices all over India and 3 overseas offices, starting with Dubai, which we are going to open soon in month of July.
नहीं ठीक है, अंडरस्टूड। लक्ष्मी जी, अभी हमारे 4 वर्टिकल्स है, मैं देख रहा था आपके प्रोस्पेक्टस और प्रेजेंटेशन में। सर हर वर्टिकल के बारे में थोड़ा सा बताइए। ओशन फ्रेट है, फिर एयर फ्रेट है, फिर योगा कस्टम क्लियरेंस सर्विसेज। सर आई वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड इन ब्रीफली व्हाट आर द काइंड ऑफ टाइप ऑफ सर्विसेज व्हिच वी गिव टू आवर कस्टमर्स अंडर ईच काइंड ऑफ वर्टिकल। सर अगर वो आप बता दें।
Yeah. So vertical, the ocean freight, our major cargo we are carrying through ocean freight only. That freight forwarding, the container movement, prockings, then cargo loading into containers, documentation. This is the container freight forwarding. Then a same way we are the member of IATA, International Air Transport Association. They are the member. They authorize us to handle the air cargo under different airlines. So we got a stock from them. So we do the same air cargo. We book the space in the aircraft and move it to other countries.
Okay,
Our major cargo, air cargo, is going to US sector, sir.
okay, okay. Right.
And we have our own custom clearing license, which used widely in a different port area and ICD's location.
Hmm.
That is own license. And we have another department called fumigation, export fumigation service, that we got our own license.
Hmm.
The export fumigation and special service, that we do the palletization, means we do the export packing for our customer on behalf of customers.
Okay.
We
Right.
go to their factory and do all the packings. We do the fumigation, then load into our containers.
Okay. Right.
Total integrated service, sir.
Okay. Understood.
We
अच्छा
also do transportation.
Yeah.
We have our own vehicles. We do transportation of our own business. We don't take outside business for transportation.
Okay.
Our vehicles are primarily used for export import only
Okay.
for our own cargo. Means
Okay.
the business we are doing with other customers.
Okay. No, understood. I think Lakshmi ji, अभी थोड़ा सा macro market के बारे में बताइए. Tell us something about what is the size of the opportunity for us now today. We are at a particular size. In the last 3-4 years, we have seen revenue, operating profit, the profit after tax increasing. But sir, overall अगर हम पूरे opportunity market size देखें हमारे जो market का, तो अगले 3-5 साल में सर what kind of growth opportunity are you looking at? Considering that India is a growing market, world trade is also growing. हाउ आर यू गोइंग टू कैपिटलाइज ऑन दिस ग्रोथ? सर थोड़ा सा आपकी स्ट्रेटेजी बताइए कि कैसे आप इस ग्रोथ को कैपिटलाइज करके यू आर गोइंग टू बेनिफिट द कंपनी. सो इफ यू कैन प्लीज शेयर योर थॉट्स.
Yeah, I'm telling you, sir. Sir, at present, you have seen that India is the export growing market. Year to year, 7 to 8% is growing. Every year, 7 to 8% is growing. And it will be continue in the 25-30 years till we become the number one in the export market. So in this juncture, I have seen that, sir. What about my customer we are retaining since 2010 onward? All the major clients in India whose business we are doing, they are still we are doing them. And their export is increasing, sir. And at present, we are doing on 20 to 30% of their business. So we are eyeing to at least capture 50 to 60% of their business in our portfolio.
Okay.
So that will be our major factor. And now which sector we are doing, sir? Like my major business going to West Africa and East Africa.
Okay.
So in that sector, I am doing 60% of my business. I am concentrating in West Africa. The freight is good and the margin level is good.
Correct. Okay.
That is we doing the integrated total logistic solution we are providing to customer. And my major business coming from the confectionery.
Okay.
So that is our biggest advantage, and India is becoming a number one hub for the confectionery and food product market nowadays.
Okay. Okay.
So that
Understood.
will be biggest advantage for us.
Okay.
So I'm sure, sir, that will be become help us to get a bigger in this market.
Okay, understood. Acha, now, sir,
And
I just wanted to understand, sir, if we keep the financials aside, although financials are pretty solid, sir, what would be the most important, kind of, initiatives which you people have taken to ensure that a lot of, repeat business comes to you? What is the value add which you add to the customer? Sir, हम customer को कैसे retain करते हैं? एक दो चीजें सर क्वालिटेटिव बताइए कि we do things little better than others and that is why that has benefited us. So if you can please give us 2-3 qualitative.
Sir, as we told you earlier that we are specialized in end-to-end logistics. What happens? A customer require a variety of services: clearance, transportation, forwarding, fumigation, palletization. These are all the verticals a customer require to fulfill an export order or an import order.
Correct.
So everything we provide in-house.
Okay.
So customer doesn't need to look outside for a second vendor also.
Okay.
Okay, that is our specialization, and we have personal touch with most of our customers.
ठीक है.
We are in touch with the management. We are in touch with all the salesperson so that we keep a track of the business
Okay.
and we keep a track on the customer.
Okay.
In fact, the customers are referring to other customer, go to Blue Water and do your business. They will give a time-bound business service.
Okay. Okay. No, I think it's very nice to hear. In fact, ललित जी, tell me one thing. ये बहुत अच्छी तरह से आपने समझाया क्या USP हमारी कंपनी का. But tell me one thing, sir. 200 crores of top line roughly for FY 25. I mean, tell me one thing that, sir, what is the total size of the customer base? Can we say that we have got at least more than 100 odd customers? मोटा
Sir,
मोटी.
currently we are catering to 450 customers.
Okay. Okay. So I think
And we are planning to add 200 customers every year going forward.
Okay. 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 I think very nice to hear. Now we'll come to the financial part. So, either of you can help me with this. We've seen that 25, we've shown a very strong top line growth, 198 crores revenue and a profit after tax of 10.62 crores. And the profit has actually doubled. First of all, I want to understand, sir, ऐसा क्या हो गया कि in this year revenue grew at a good pace, bottom line also almost doubled. So was it because of higher volume? Was it because of better remuneration? Sir, what were the factors which led to such a good improvement? If you could please tell us.
सर हम लोग का एक तो है कंपेयर टू फाइनेंशियल 2024 वॉल्यूम हैज बीन इंक्रीज्ड एंड हम लोग जो मेसी पहले ओनली वन पार्ट सर्विस दे रहे थे इन द फाइनेंशियल 2025 वी हैव गिवन मैसिव एंड टू एंड लॉजिस्टिक सर्विस सो एवरीवेयर आवर प्रॉफिट हैज इंक्रीज्ड
Okay. Right. So basically, it's a question. It's a combination of volume and value. दोनों चीजें आपके favor में होती हैं. ठीक है.
यस
सर अभी तो मार्च 25 खत्म हो चुका है. I think 26 has started without giving a number, sir, because we'll also follow compliance strictly. I will not ask a number from you, but sir, what are the signals you are getting from the ground? How do you think 26 will emerge for you? Will it be better than FY25, sir?
our volume as well as our margins, PAT will increase into the, I'm very sure, because what is the indication we are getting from the market and what the, compliances, everything we are fielding up now. So our margin and as well as our top line will increase drastically, sir. No doubt on that.
So basically, I can assume that we are in for a very strong runway for growth even in the current financial year. So that is very nice to hear.
Yes,
सर
sir.
नाउ टेल मी वन थिंग, सर हमारा धंधा ऑर्डर बुक ड्रिवन है क्या कि कस्टमर हमको ऑर्डर देता है उसके हिसाब से हम प्लानिंग करते हो, या ऐसे कोई आपके रेगुलर कस्टमर है जो आपको रोलिंग बिजनेस हर महीना देते जाते हैं? सो हाउ डज दिस बिजनेस वर्क?
Sir,
This work is for volume, sir. Like a factory, they need to manufacture the goods. They themselves doesn't know whether the goods is going to be going to West Africa or East Africa or Europe or USA market. But yes, the goods keep on rolling. They know it will be exported. We are rolling with the customer. They
Okay.
need to send it to West Africa, we will send to West Africa. They need to send it to USA, we need to send to USA.
what we understand this financial 226, almost all customer having a strong work order, sir,
Okay.
export order.
Okay.
They will execute a lot of export this
So
year.
basically, please correct me if I'm wrong. Sir, I understood from what you told me that this is a rolling business. The customer keeps coming to you. So it is not a strictly order book driven business, but a regular rolling business which you get from customers, right?
Yes, yeah.
Right.
Okay, sir. Now we'll come to the most important question for today. Sir, we are planning to go public. Sir, what is the amount we are planning to raise from the capital market? And sir, what are the key objectives of this fundraising from the company side?
Yes, sir. I'll tell you this question answer. Sir, we are raising 40 CR, 40.5 CR from the stock market.
Yeah.
Out of 20 CR will go for working capitals and 10.5 CR will go for this capex. We're buying 20 new trailer trucks for our business.
Okay.
We'll use to gain more existing business from the customers.
Correct.
And 10 CR keeping the general purpose fund.
Okay. Fine. So basically, it's a combination of capex and working capital, which is largely required for the business.
Yes.
ठीक है. अच्छा, ललित जी, अभी if you can tell me on the working capital side, because one part is basically to fund the working capital. Typically, what is the normal working capital cycle in our business? Because right from the time you execute the order, the customer pays, and then your cash flow start. Sir, already, your cash flows are good, but tell me one thing, what is the average working capital cycle in our business like?
It's a cycle of 45 days to 90 days. Because what happens when we started executing a order, we need to start paying as per the requirement coming.
Correct.
So it is a minimum period of 45 days to 90 days.
Okay, fine. So around 45 to 90 days is what the cycle is. You get that money.
Yes.
And sir,
Yes.
इसमें तो मेरे ख्याल से since it is not having any inventory, the major component of your working capital will be your receivables, right?
Yeah, it'll
Yes.
go to freight payment or railway freight payment or custom clearance expenditure, transport, diesel advance and all things.
अच्छा सर, इसमें मेरे को एक बात बताइए कि टुडे लेट अस assume some new company wants to enter our business, then whatever relationships we have managed, whatever infrastructure we have put up, since sir, how easy or difficult it is to enter the market? Like you people have struggled hard, you all have built an organization by your efforts. Does it include basically the qualitative part that should know people in the industry, people should know your capability apart from the physical infrastructure you have? तो सर कितना इजी और डिफिकल्ट है सर कंपटीशन को हमारे धंधे में आने के लिए?
It's very difficult, sir. If the competition somebody want to newly start a business in this logistic industry, it will be very difficult to sustain in the market. You
ओके.
know, we have seen experience. I have a 28-year experience. I have seen many companies come up with very wide investment, but they did not sustain in the market. With
करेक्ट.
the year they collapsed and gone back. They lost on the money and gone.
करेक्ट.
Because it needs expertise, sir. Needs the understand the customer behavior, need the understand of the expenditure, need to calculate the shipping prices properly,
करेक्ट.
need to negotiate with the shipping line. Which
हाँ.
shipping line is better for the transit time, which shipping line better the price, then only we will calculate the quotation and give it to customers.
Okay, correct. So I think
And sir,
lot of stickiness in this business, but I mean you have got to handle the customers very well. Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
good, yes,
you were
sir.
saying something, sir. बताइए.
this business depends on three things, sir. First, vision, then implementation, then presence.
Correct.
First, you should have a vision of what you want to do, how you want to do, what you can be different from market.
Correct.
Then you have to implement it. Then you got to have the presence there because only sitting at a particular location you cannot grow.
Correct.
You have to have presence in different parts.
Correct.
So a new company coming and entering in this industry, I don't think they can have all the three things together
Correct.
immediately. It will take a
Yeah.
time frame around 10 years, 15 years to
Okay.
do all the things.
And
Okay.
sir, apart from our management experience management, we have a strong 75 people working with us who are having more than 10-year experience in these industries.
Okay.
They know in and out of this logistic industry.
I think very nicely mentioned by both of you. One important question just before the public issue, I wanted to ask you, sir, now company is going public, you all have built this organization from scratch. Now new investors will be joining your growth journey, sir. In a very short way, sir, what is your vision for these shareholders? Like, how are you going to ensure that there will be a lot of value creation for them? In a very simple, descriptive way, sir, अगर आप बता दो.
See, I'll tell you, sir, that we have a very good, strong vision for our investor as well as for our company. We want everybody grow along with the business, our company. So, what the shareholders or the investor who investing money, they're trusting on us,
Correct.
and it's our responsibility to perform for that.
Correct.
If it's trust on us, we have to perform for that.
Exactly, sir. No, I think very
We are,
nicely mentioned by you.
we are already on the runway, sir. We are already on the runway. It's time to take off.
Anyway, I think very nicely mentioned by you. I think people will definitely look forward for your, words which will finally get into action. Sir, last question for today, which is both addressed to both of you. Sir, we have seen COVID, we have seen very bad times. Now, touchwood economy is back on track. We are seeing growth coming back, and I think for an industry like ours, the economy has to do well. Then only our sector does well. Sir, in our business, what is the most important risk? What is it that always keeps you always, on your टोज लाइक ये चीज धंधे में बहुत अच्छी तरह से मैनेज होनी चाहिए तो ही धंधा स्मूथली चलेगा? सो सर, एक दो हमको बिजनेस के रिस्क बताइए और कौन सा वेरिएबल है जो आप बहुत क्लोजली मॉनिटर करते हो और अभी तक आपने कैसे उसको मैनेज किया है?
It's the premium risk in our business is the working capital. Management of working capital.
Correct.
Because we got business, we got customers, we got sectors, we got presence. It's just the right time to implement the capital what is required in our business.
Okay. So apart from working capital, there is no dearth of demand. You mean the runway for growth is very
Demand is more,
large.
demand is there, and we're managing the supplies
Ah.
due to our good reputation, relation with the shipping lines or vendor or stakeholder. Only that one risk is timely put the funds in the business.
Correct.
The
Right.
working capital management is
Okay.
very much required in this business.
Anyway, sir, nice talking to both of you. Lakshmi ji और ललित जी सर बहुत अच्छा लगा.
Thank
We got
Thank
to know in depth, in this small interview about the company, and I think all our investors will also benefit from this, interview. Sir, मेरी तरफ से best wishes to you, your entire management team, and sir, best wishes for your forthcoming public issue also. धन्यवाद.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
Thanks for.
you.